I did a presentation last year when I was pretty fresh in postpartum, and there was this one question that was asked at the end, and it was the name of my presentation, so I guess it was really valid for this question to get asked, but I can't stop thinking about the way I replied to it, and I wish that I had replied differently, so I'm going to do it now. The presentation was called Breaking Up with Your Perfectionism, and the person asked, well, how do I actually break up with my perfectionism? And this is the most perfectionist question that you could possibly ask, right? Because perfectionists are constantly just seeking the answer. They don't want the fluff. What I said was, if I had that answer, my life would look a lot different. What I wanted to say and what I should have said is start focusing on all of the little things that you keep avoiding while you're looking for the big answer to how you change it. So here are the 4 things that I would do differently if I had to go back and work on resetting my perfectionism all over again. Number 1, I would focus on all of my internal needs, my mental, my physical, my well-being needs, because ultimately perfectionism can make you sick. It can overdrive you so substantially that you can get sick. And if you are getting sick a lot, or you do have an autoimmune condition, or you are struggling with some of these different areas, it's time to check in on that. It's time to regulate that first. And first and foremost has to be physical and mental well-being. You have to work on that first. Number 2, I would focus on all of my boundaries and my relationships with the people that I have. Some of your relationships that you have are just not serving you anymore, and you are too nervous to set up the boundaries for that, and it's causing you harm because these people are actually taking more than they're giving you, and it's not working it's not doing it. And you need to get really clear on your boundaries, right? Really clear in your boundaries with work, with friendships, with family, with everybody. You need to get clear on your boundaries, because your boundaries and the strength of your boundaries indicates the strength of how well you take care of yourself and you take care of everybody else. The third thing I would do, you need to focus on what balanced feels like for you. This is different for everybody. Some people run off of different types of schedules, and some people can operate really, really fast. What is the system that works for you? What is the system that makes you feel most balanced? Somebody once asked me, how do you hold everything together? And I said, I don't. If you see me succeeding in one area, I'm usually failing or falling short in another area. And it's because I have to prioritize and I have to give energy into certain spaces that don't necessarily indicate that I'm giving all the same level of energy into these other spaces. Finding my balance was the key for that. Number 4, you need to get really clear on your priorities. What are the things that matter most to you, and what are the things that are most important? And this isn't to hyperfixate, my beautiful perfectionist. This is for you to get really clear with the things that make sense for you and what you want in this life. If you are working in a corporate job just because you like the payment, but you hate what you're doing, then is that really aligning with the values and the way that you wanted to live this life? What are your priorities? Go ahead and follow me for more.